Hi guys, it's Cara. I know I haven't posted in about 2 months. It's because I was finishing my uni degree in illustration, so now that I am completely finished, I will be posting a lot more, which is super exciting. I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who has been subscribing over the past few months. So yeah, this jumper. I finished this weeks ago, but I'm finally showing me wearing it, and then the clips after this is from when I was making it. The only clip I don't have is me making the collar, but that was just half double crochet I think I used, and I just decreased to make it like a small little turtleneck. So yeah, let's get on with it. So here I am showing you how I made the half sunburst. I think they're called sunburst. No, starburst. Making a half starburst granny square, and you start off with chain 5, and then and then you slip stitch into the first to make a ring, and then I like to do these beginning double crochets like I do it in every single project now, and then you make 8 double crochets into that ring. That makes the first row. And then I literally just flip it, no chaining, just go straight into the beginning double crochet again. And then I did 1 2 insert puff stitch, chain 1, and then 7 3 insert puff stitches. So yeah, you can kind of see so the first one is a smaller puff stitch just to make it look more even. I mean, the triangle ends up looking a bit wonky in the end, but it's fine once it's all stitched together. It looks straight. It's a bit weird. Half granny squares are really awkward, but yeah, this is how I was doing them. So the last puff stitch, you want to put it at the top of that chain. I kind of point at it here, but yeah, you just want to put it in that last. Oh no, it's just 1 double crochet. Yeah, just the double crochet, and you don't chain 1. I'm going to have the pattern I wrote for this half granny square in the description below, as I think that will be a lot easier to follow than me trying to remember what I did weeks ago. So this third row, you just want to turn beginning double crochet into the chain space, and then you want to do a 2 insert cluster for the first one, and then just regular cluster stitches, chaining 2 in between each one, and then you want 8 in total. And for the last cluster stitch, you can see I'm putting it straight over that double crochet from the last row. So just right in it. You don't need to go into any chains, just go straight in it. Then I cut my yarn so that my corner, like to square it off, is all the same side, if that makes sense. So I'm not flipping it anymore because I want the double crochets to be the right way, because they can kind of look a bit crazy from the back. They look a bit twisty. So yeah, so I'm just taking my yarn again, doing slip knot, sorry. I'm very out of practice. And then straight into that first cluster we made. I'm doing triple crochet, 3 triple crochets, then 3 double crochets into the next chain space, 3 half double crochets into the next, and then back to double crochet, 3 double crochets, 3 treble crochets, and this is like your corner, the peak of your triangle. So then I chain 3, do another 3 treble crochets into the same stitch, sorry, chain space, right, and then back down again. So 3 double crochets, 3 half treble crochets, treble, 3 half double crochets, 3 doubles, and then 3 treble crochets into, yeah, just stick it in there. I believe it's just in like the last part of the cluster. I just put those in there, and then I cut my yarn again. Oh, and I always weave in the ends just a little bit so it's out of the way. So yeah, the triangle's looking very wonky, but we're on to the last row. Slip knot again, join onto the right side of the triangle, get into that get into that chain space that we did, and then just a regular 3 double crochets. Again, I start off with a beginning double crochet, which is a single crochet, chain 1, and then you just want to do 3 double crochets into each chain, well, like in between each of those 3 stitches. And again, when you reach the top of the triangle, this time you just want to chain 2 in between the 3 double crochets. So yeah, and then back down again. Okay, so I'm trying to piece together the front panel and just trying to work out like where I want all the colours to go. I think this is what the front panel is going to look like. I'm just going to work out with all the rest of the granny squares what the back panel should look like so it's all even and nice. It's looking good. At the bottom here I've got 2 half granny squares that are just folded in half. So they're going to stitch up like that. Leave an opening here. But yeah. I'm joining the squares with just an invisible seam, just picking one of the colours, and then I get this nice like effect. It's not completely invisible, but I think it looks pretty good. So this is how you do the invisible seam stitch. So I take my 2 granny squares, put them right sides facing together, put my yarn through the needle, and then I take the loop closest to me from my front granny square and then the one furthest away from the back square, and you just sew along from front to back. And then you do it all the way along, make sure you're counting and going in the right loops. So once you've stitched it all along, you just want to pull each ends, give it a nice tug, make sure it's all lining up correctly, and then I realised that last stitch was causing the yarn to just make like massive holes and like kind of drag the yarn out, so I wanted to put both of so the very last stitch I put both loops from the stitch into the weave. So there we go, it's a bit cleaner. And then I would make a little knot, so I just go back into that stitch again, exact same one. So for this end one I'm doing all 4 loops and then just knotting it off, and then you want to do the same on the other side. And yeah, that's how I joined all my granny squares together. And oh my goodness, this jumper had so many ends to weave in, but it was fine. So here is the jumper all complete. Obviously you saw this in the intro, but just saying it again. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you liked the jumper. Just need to think of a name for it now. And yeah, if I make this jumper again, I definitely think I'll just do a regular like join as you go. But yeah, let me know what you think. Thank you so much.